Real quick, if you want to learn more about macronutrients and understand that methodology on how they can help you achieve your body composition goals of changing the way your body looks, I put together a free 15-minute training where I dive into macronutrients and how you can control your body for the rest of your life with them. That link is in the description below. Click on it after listening to the show today. When you have little sleep, your body is under a lot of stress. And when your body is under a lot of stress, hormone profiles change and your body wants to conserve energy. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Macro Hour with Nikki Stott, co-founder of WarriorBabe. And on this podcast, we talk about mindset, methodologies, and tactics that will help you lose body fat, build muscle, be strong, and feel insanely confident. I'm your host, Nikki Stott, and welcome to today's episode number 93, where I am going to talk on one of my absolute favorite topics to speak to. But before I do, I just have to take a moment to say thank you to every single one of you listeners who has enjoyed this podcast, shared this podcast, rated this podcast, reviewed this podcast. It's because of you that we are currently so close to top 10 podcasts in the United States for fitness. At this moment, we currently hold the 12th spot. The 12th freaking spot. That is top 20 and top 15 of fitness podcasts in the United States. And it is solely because of you guys. So thank you so freaking much. You are the reason that we grow. You are the reason that we, are even on those charts. We don't use paid advertising. We don't, have any sponsors for this podcast. It's solely you guys. So thank you so freaking much. I appreciate every single one of you. If you love this show and you haven't yet rated and reviewed it, please take a moment to do so. I want to pop in the top 10. Let's get top 10, you guys. Let's work together to get top 10. This podcast needs to be shared with so many other humans, so many women. Let's all work together to get that into top 10 so other women can hear this podcast too as well. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Now on to today's topic, which is the number one way to speed up your metabolism. So when I say that, I want you guys to think for a second. Do you guys know that answer? What do you guys think is the number one way to speed up your metabolism? I'm going to give you the answer right now, but I'm going to segue this, why, throughout obviously the whole podcast, but I'm going to segue into how you can do it and how things that may make you stop doing this, and I'll say this in a second, will create mind bombs. And I'm going to go through all of this towards the end of the podcast. But to make that a little bit more clear so you guys understand it, building muscle is the number one way that you can increase your metabolism. And towards the end of the podcast, I'm going to segue into how to build muscle and how the weight aspect of your journey, of your body, doesn't matter when you are solely focusing on building more muscle. Okay. And also, ladies, I need to speak this out loud, even if there's any men listening to this podcast. Muscle is tone. Okay. When you say you want to get toned, that means you want to build more muscle, because you can't be toned and not have any muscle in your body. Being toned is you just decreasing the body fat that is around the muscle that you have on the frame of your body, or you building more of it and decreasing body fat around it, and you're showing more tone. So when you say that's just a thing that I just need to speak on. Everybody wants to be more toned. I love that. That's a great goal. But in order to be more toned, you have to do the things that's going to get you more toned, and that is to build more muscle. Muscle is way more dense, so it will weigh more when stepping on the scale. And that may cause weight to not move at all as you are in the process of changing your body composition for certain body types. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of this podcast today, but I just wanted to put that little plug there so that you guys kind of hold on to that thought, pin that thought in your brain, and we'll circle back to it, okay? So when we get you, or, when I focus on like working with women that, want to be more toned, or, a lot of women that I speak to just want to have a more toned body or want to build more muscle. And so when you focus on being able to do this, you can eat way more calories and stay lean at the same time. So take it from me really quick story. I am sedentary majority of my day outside of my workouts and my cardio, right? I usually sit at a computer for a long freaking time throughout the day. I try my best to stand up, move around, walk around, take Maverick for a walk, but majority of the time I am sitting down, right? But because I have so much muscle, I can still eat a very high caloric intake in comparison to the average person. Okay. So just a little bit, just again, helping you guys, you see me, you know me. I have a lot of muscle mass, and so because of that, I'm able to stay very lean and eat a high caloric intake, even though I'm sedentary majority of the time. This is the reason why I want you to build more muscle. Building more muscle is huge. But anyways, okay. As I mentioned throughout this entire podcast, on previous episodes, I've talked about sleep, I've talked about endless cardio, and how the body works with calories, okay? So really quick, I'm going to dive deeper into how we work with calories so you better understand, if you haven't listened to those podcasts before, the importance of it when it comes to the metabolism. So our body, our metabolism has this range of how many calories it can burn. It can make itself more efficient or less efficient with calories. So when your body becomes less efficient with calories, it wastes more energy. It wastes more calories. You want to be less efficient. When it becomes more efficient, it conserves more energy. It conserves more calories. It holds on to more calories. Okay, so paint those. I'm gonna share examples between like cardio and strength training and sleep in a second. I'm going to use those examples to paint to just elaborate on that concept a little bit more. But I want you guys to think about that. Like think those two scenarios in your brain. Your body becomes less efficient with calories. It wastes more energy. It wastes more calories. Okay, you want to do that. You want to be less efficient. When it becomes more efficient, it conserves more calories. It holds on to more energy. It holds on to those calories. Okay, so now breaking it into examples. So I probably talked about this before many times in the podcast and episodes, but condensing it here into this podcast right now so you guys can understand why building muscle is the number one way to increase your metabolism is this example, and all the other examples too as well. But I mentioned this previously, but to condense it, let's talk about cardio really quick. Here in this moment that when you are doing cardio, your body recognizes, okay, we are burning a lot of calories here during this activity. We need endurance. We don't need a lot of muscle. We don't need a lot of strength throughout this type of activity, throughout this type of workout. So let's learn, your body is like, so let's learn how to conserve calories by paring down your muscle, AKA by slowing down your metabolism so you can become a more efficient endurance cardio machine, right? So when I said here in this moment, with those two things I just mentioned, your body is more efficient. It conserves more calories during this type of activity because it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm going to get more calories, so I need to conserve more calories because this human is doing this strenuous activity of running 3 miles, of running and thinking 3 miles is to the human that probably doesn't eat much throughout the day and thinking that running is going to help them. But even to the people that are running 8 miles or 10 miles or 15 miles, you'll see that those people usually have like food along the way and they're fueling their body along the way. They're doing it the right way. But here, for majority of the population, people just run because they think that's going to help them. But actually, in this instance, you are conserving more calories. Your body is holding on to more calories because it's like, dude, we need endurance. We need to be more efficient. We need to be a more efficient endurance cardio machine at this moment. So we're going to and I need to say this again, we're going to conserve calories by paring down muscle because we don't need muscle in this moment. We don't need strength in this moment. We need endurance. So we're paring down muscle. And when you pare down muscle, you are slowing down the metabolism. Hey guys, love so much that you guys are listening to this podcast. If you ever want to have the video version of this, which usually has more effects and all that good stuff for those of you who are visual learners, check out our YouTube channel, WarriorBabe, if that's what you like. Either way, keep enjoying the show. Whereas, let's now talk about and switch gears to strength training workouts, where your workouts don't really burn that many calories. Am I right? Like some of you guys that have the watches, Apple watches, Garmin watches, however you're tracking your workouts, you look down at that at the end of the workout and you're like, damn, I didn't burn that many calories. But during that activity, your body requires way more strength, way more muscle. Now your body is like, let's build this muscle, let's repair this muscle. And in this moment, we can be less efficient with calories so you can build that muscle, which is what will speed up your metabolism and help aid in fat loss. Okay, because, and I'll explain this a little bit towards the end, a little bit more. I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit more. Let's move into the bucket. I had to drill home the cardio one, right? Strength training. Majority of you guys are like, I don't burn that many calories, but your body is like, let's build muscle. Let's repair this muscle and let's be less efficient with calories so that throughout the day, we're being able to repair that muscle. So it's spreading the calories as you're burning all throughout the day rather than conserving in the moment like cardio does, because your body's like, I don't know when we're going to get more food because we're embarking on this type of activity right now. Okay. So, and then when you are consuming more calories throughout the day, when you're focusing on building more muscle and you're doing strength training workouts and you're feeding your body appropriately, this is helping not only the building muscle aspect, but the eating more throughout the day is helping to speed up your metabolism and helping aid in fat loss. I will elaborate on this a little bit more. With sleep, let's use this because I don't think many people in the industry speak on this. I think that it is getting a little bit better, but with sleep, okay, if you get little and shitty sleep, my friends, which is probably majority of the population, it changes your cravings. You want more sweets. You want more satiated foods. But beyond that, when you have little sleep, your body is under a lot of stress. And when your body is under a lot of stress, hormone profiles change and your body wants to conserve energy. It wants to hold on to energy when it feels stressed. So when you get little sleep all of the time, which again is majority of the population, your body ends up storing more calories while also trying to get you to burn less calories, which will actually cause muscle loss because muscle is a more expensive tissue. Think of it like that. Muscle is active. Muscle is always going. It doesn't stop. And it's a more expensive tissue. So your body is like, here in this moment, you guys, let's just keep going here. You stay with me. Your body is like, okay, we need to be more efficient here. Here is a few things that we can do. Let's get rid of muscle. We don't want to burn as many calories because we are under a lot of stress. So over time, you store more calories. You become more efficient. You're becoming, it kind of sounds twisted and backwards, right? Like you think that you want to be more efficient, but you actually want to be less efficient with calories. More efficient is holding on to more calories. Again, less efficient is you are using the calories. You are wasting, you're using the energy, right? You're using the calories. Whereas like the more efficient with calories, you are holding on to the calories. It does kind of sound a little bit backwards. Kind of had to check myself there, right? But anyway, your body's like, okay, we need to be more efficient when you're getting little to no sleep or like not efficient sleep. And it's like, okay, how can we do that? We need to, again, like I said earlier, pare down muscle, okay? Because muscle, like it's like, let's get rid of muscle. Let's tap into muscle. We don't want to burn as many calories because we're under a lot of stress. So over time, you store more calories. So now you have this reminder, right, of those examples that I just went through with cardio, strength training, and sleep, how too much cardio and horrible sleep is completely counterproductive. Those two guys make you more efficient. They make you hold on to more calories. Okay, especially adding in a little disclaimer here, especially if you are not feeding your body the right way while you are going about the cardio, or even throughout your day. And when you go to sleep at night, there's so many things that I could elaborate on even more. But if you are not feeding your body right, then I need to remind you that too much cardio and sleep is counterproductive to where you want your metabolism to be with calories. You want to be less efficient with calories so you can build and help aid this process of adding more lean muscle tissue to your body, which is what gets you toned. You want to be less efficient. You want to waste more calories. You want to be able to burn more calories. And that comes with strength training. That comes with speeding up your metabolism. And those two things paired together are what is going to be able to help you lose body fat and to help you get more toned. Okay. Hope you guys are staying with me here. Now, I want to talk about how building muscle even happens, okay? And why it's so freaking good, right? Yes, you can build muscle while you are in like a fat loss phase or in a cut, but you won't build as much as you would when you are in like AKA a build phase or even like a maintenance phase, right? I like to say maintenance is magic. You can accomplish a lot of things in maintenance. You can decrease body fat, you can change your body composition, you can build muscle, right? So a lot of you guys in a cut phase have these like newbie gains, right? Newbie gains are where you're adding and building muscle at the same time of decreasing body fat, which is why the scale is not changing. It's not moving as much as you think that it should. But what I've mentioned in previous podcasts, photos are showing drastic differences here, right? So you've probably heard, right? I've said this in previous podcasts that muscle weighs more than fat. And if you're so hooked on monitoring your weight and then you aren't seeing the big picture, okay? Understand, you guys, like a pound is a pound. Both a pound of muscle and both a pound of fat weigh exactly the same. Okay, you've probably seen this thing on Google, right? Where 5 pounds of muscle is on a scale and 5 pounds of fat is on a scale, and they weigh exactly the same. However, when you look at those pictures, one takes up significantly less space. Muscle takes up significantly less space than fat does. Okay? So fat takes up more space and volume than dense, lean muscle does. Therefore, that is why it is possible, right, that me weighing 150 pounds could stand next to somebody that weighs exactly the same as me. However, I have way more muscle in my body than that human does, and I look slimmer, tighter, leaner, right, than that person does. We weigh exactly the same, but I look drastically different than that human because of the muscle mass I have on my body. The difference here, the difference of why, the scale may not be moving, but photos are changing, is because you have and are building more dense, lean muscle. You are becoming more toned, and you have more of that in relation to the body fat that you have on your body, or that you once had. You're decreasing that, but you're building more muscle. Your muscle is becoming more dense, more heartly, more shaped. And so therefore, that transition is why you may not be seeing any type of difference on the scale. That's why you gotta just throw that thing in the fucking trash, my friends. Burn it. Like, so many of you guys are giving up so early on your journey because that number on the scale isn't changing. Yet you're going and doing strength training and doing all of the things that I'm saying here, and more importantly, painting this picture for you as to what is happening. And if you just understand that, you will be able to continue on with you when you understand and grasp that and like fully embody it, you will know that number on the scale doesn't even fucking matter. And like, just keep going. Okay. Keep going. 6 months, 8 months, a year later, you guys, some of you, depending on your body types, could weigh exactly the same, yet you could look extremely different in your body composition. Okay. So in conclusion, you guys, you want your body and your metabolism to be less efficient with calories so that you can build that muscle, which is what will speed up your metabolism and help aid in fat loss. You want to not do extra cardio outside of what may already be programmed for you. I know a lot of people, and I can speak to the VIP community, that their coach programs something for them in their workout schedule, but that human is so attached to cardio that they want to go do more cardio because they think that's the answer to all of the things and results that they want to see. It ain't. Keep going. I know that like this is a thing and it's not sexy to say, but building muscle takes time. And so many of you guys want results like yesterday. So many of you people want results within the next 3 weeks. And you think that cardio is going to get you there. While it may, it won't be the actual like long-term sustainable focus for you, where you can keep doing strength training for the rest of your life because it is so damn good for you. That's going to actually create the physical changes within your body by building more muscle. And when you build more muscle, because of the active tissue that it is, you're going to burn more calories. And then you're speeding up your metabolism. There's so many benefits when it comes to building more muscle. So stop focusing on all of this cardio and boot camps and Orange Theory and going out. You can go out and run. I don't want to bash cardio entirely, but make sure you're pairing it with solid strength training days and that you're fueling your body appropriately, that you're eating right, that you're, giving your body what it needs in order to get you the optimal results that you want to see. And then most importantly, you want to optimize your sleep and recovery properly because sleep is huge. If you're getting shit sleep, guess what? Your body's like, I'm holding on to calories because I'm stressed the fuck out right now. So these are things that you just got to take here that I'm sharing with you on this podcast. Take it, run with it, right? Then you want to obviously with what I just talked about with muscle and the scale, create a better mindset with the scale or completely ditch it, burn it, because it's going to cause you to become this constant Debbie Downer along your freaking amazing, awesome journey to building muscle and changing your body composition. We don't want Debbie Downers around here, okay? Throw it out. If you have this emotional tie to it, it's not serving you because, as I just said, all of these things around building muscle, what actually happens, and you rely on that scale, you're missing the bigger picture. Okay. So ditch it, throw it, burn it. All right, you guys. So in conclusion, I hope that you guys enjoyed that podcast. Thank you so freaking much. Building muscle is amazing. Build more of it so that you can speed up your metabolism. You can see more fat loss, ditch the freaking scale, take the picture so you can see the physical difference within a 12-month span. And in that 12 months, you may even weigh the same depending on certain body types. Okay. I rest my case. I hope you all have an amazing day. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace out. Hey guys, real quick, if you're interested in taking your body to the next level, lose body fat, build more muscle, feel more confident, do it alongside one of our 30+ professional coaches. Work one-on-one with her to eliminate all of the guesswork that you may have. And all you need to do is just do the work that she tells you to do to get to those goals of yours. Now, to learn more, click the link below this podcast and apply to our VIP program right now.